WWE SmackDown results. WWE title triple threat, new tag team champions, WWE wildcard rule, more. Welcome to our WrestlingInc.com live WWE SmackDown viewing party. Tonight's SmackDown opens live from the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. We go right to the ring, and out comes Raw superstar AJ Styles, thanks to Vince McMahon's new WWE wildcard rule. The announcers go, AJ says he missed SmackDown. He talks about it. AJ mentions Sami smelling like a foot because of dumping him in the trash on Raw. Sami says Kofi is not about to sit here and offer AJ a WWE title shot. Sami hopes still to come, new SmackDown Tag Team Champions will be named. Also, we get a pre-recorded video from in the back. Owens says he didn't. Ollie vs. Andrade. We go to the ring and out comes Ollie. We go to commercial, back from the break, and it's announced that will defend the WWE title against Sami Zayn, and in tonight's triple threat main event. We go to the ring, Vega takes the mic and talks about how we'll win the contract at Money in the Bank. Andrade also, back from the break, and Ollie shuts Andrade down on the top. Ollie climbs up, winner by DQ. Ollie. After the bell, Vega tries to pull Andrade to safety from a draping DDT by Orton. Orton gets kicked. The announcers show us what happened on Raw with Elias and Reigns vs. Drew McIntyre. We go right to the ring, and out comes to address the vacant SmackDown Tag Team titles. We go to commercial, back from the break, and we get a video package on WWE and Make a Wish. Shane McMahon is in the ring as his music plays. We see a replay of Shane says he's here to talk about the SmackDown Tag Team division, but he was brutally attacked by The Miz in cowardly fashion last night. Shane wonders. Rowan and Bryan hit the ring, but the Usos come out to interrupt. The Raw superstar, back from the break, and we get a pre-recorded video of WWE Intercontinental Champion at home in Ireland. Balor talks about SmackDown Tag Team titles match, the Usos vs. Daniel Bryan, and back from the break, and the match for the vacant SmackDown Tag Team titles is underway. The winners will win the Rowan ends up coming in and overpowering Jimmy, beating him around and keeping him down. Rowan with a big the Usos look to turn it around and mount some offense now. More back and forth, back from the break, and we see the titles on display at ringside. Bryan takes Jimmy tries to get to the bottom rope to break the hold, but Bryan pulls him back. Jimmy turns it in. Winners and new SmackDown Tag Team Champions Daniel Bryan and Rowan. After the match, Bryan and Rowan celebrate with the SmackDown Tag Team titles as Bryan's music hits. We go to replay. Still to come, Kofi Kingston defends the WWE title in a triple threat. Also, women. Tom says Shane McMahon has a Money in the Bank announcement after the break. We cut to the latest, back from the break, and Shane McMahon is in the ring to make an announcement on the Money in the Bank ladder match. Shane goes on about. We see Daniel Bryan and Rowan backstage walking with the titles. Heavy Machinery's Ember Moon and vs. and Mandy Rose. We go to the ring, and out first comes Ember Moon. Back to commercial, back from the break, and the match is underway. Carmella is out. Moon finally gets the hot tag and unloads on Rose. Moon with more effect. Winners Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. After the match, Rose and Deville stand tall as the music hits. Paige's music, and Kayla Braxton is backstage with Matt Hardy. He says dropping back from the break, and we get a pre-recorded promo from Aleister Black. Black sends a WWE title triple threat, AJ Styles vs. Sami Zayn vs. We go to the ring, and out first comes AJ Styles for tonight's main event. Sami Zayn is out, back from the break, and we get formal ring introductions from Hamilton. They all three side. Kofi rolls AJ up for a 2 count out of nowhere. Kofi works AJ. AJ goes to the apron, but Sami takes his leg out, knocking him down on the apron. We go back to back from the break, and Kofi fights Sami off. Sami catches. Styles gets up first, but Kofi sends him to the apron. HA with a 4, Sami grabs Kofi and hits a third Blue Thunder Bomb, but Kofi still kicks out right before the 3 count. Sami charges with winner Kofi Kingston. After the match, Kofi celebrates with Woods at ringside as the music hits. We go to replays, Roman Reigns on recent advice from Vince McMahon, talking about his career and future with The Rock. Drew McIntyre on which top WWE superstar he wants a match with, McIntyre at Cena's gym video. A hires another former world champion. Tommaso Ciampa provides injury update, Tony Nese 205 live Twitter takeover, WWE NXT UK highlights. Former Lucha Underground star reportedly signs with A. Mauro Ranallo reportedly signs new WWE contract. Becky Lynch says Sasha Banks has fallen from grace. WWE NXT results 5/8 Adam Cole takes on Matt Riddle, Bianca Belair vs. Mia Yim. WWE Raw results, your feedback. WWE SmackDown results, your feedback. Backstage news on Vince McMahon's wild card rule. Alexa Bliss and Buddy Murphy reportedly break up. Possible return spoiler for tonight's WWE Raw. WWE fan tweets Vince McMahon on confusing and pointless storylines, Triple H likes and unlikes. Update on Vince McMahon's new WWE wildcard rule and a potential issue for the company. Twitter thread with Vince McMahon stories goes viral.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up